Sorry. And it was my birthday.
3, 2, 1.
No, start that. You start with that. Don't edit any of that, JoJo.
I'm not going to touch it.
Perfect. 32. This is number 32. This is Edrin James.
Or Dale Davis.
Or Magic Johnson.
Or Shaq before he went to the Lakers.
Oh, yeah.
Was he 32?
He was 34 with the Lakers, wasn't
Right. He was in Orlando. He was 32.
Yeah.
This is important information that the world
number
needs to
before
be reminded of.
Wait, you know about my countdown, didn't I tell you before I got married? Yeah. I
know.
Like, people got mad at me when I picked and I picked Edrin James because I had his jersey. So, like, that mattered to me.
Honestly, it took a while for me to get it. I didn't know what you were doing.
Well, no, this is no lie. Like, on the first day I did it, it was Roy Hibbert was 55. Did I talk about this on here?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so before I got married, like 2 months out, like we had some app called The Knot, whatever, and The Knot tells you, it's like, hey, you're 2 months out. Make sure that you have a reservation for the rehearsal dinner or whatever. It tells you what to do on different days. So it said 55, and I go, hey, Roy Hibbert. And Caitlin, my now wife, was like, what? And I'm like, oh, 55. There's 55 days till we get married. So Roy Hibbert. And so she's like, oh, that's cute. And so I just put a picture of Roy Hibbert that first day. And nobody put anything. And then one person later that day wrote back something to the effect of, was like, we'll see him tomorrow. I'm like, it just happenstance. Roy Hibbert and the Lakers were going to be in town. So nobody figured it out. Then the next day I posted a picture of Jeff Herrod, an old Colt that I was a fan of, number 54. And my mom wrote, like, what's the point of these? And I didn't answer it. But then over the next month and a half, everybody would post like, I see what you're doing here. And one of my friends even put like, oh, it's a countdown. And I deleted it because I didn't want people to know. my
Don't talk to me.
Exactly. I'm like, don't give it away. My cousin Jerry, who's been like, he took me to my first Colts game when I was a little kid. And like, he's been like a brother to me my whole life. Told me at the rehearsal dinner, and by the way, at the rehearsal dinner, I wore a Pat McAfee jersey, a number 1, with 1 day left. and he saw me wearing that, and he goes, "Oh, nice." I go, "Been following the countdown?" He goes, "Yeah." And honestly, I didn't get it until I saw Derek Jeter yesterday, and it was 2 days. I'm like, are you serious? You didn't figure out until number 2? I'd been doing it for 2 months. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, you're a huge sports guy. I thought you, if anybody, would get it. And I started telling other people, and somebody's like, I didn't get it until day 7. You had a picture of Jermaine O'Neal, but it said also considered John Elway and Mickey Mantle, and I knew they were number 7. So then it all clicked, whatever. I'm like, I thought it would be pretty obvious, but there were people who never figured it out.
I think I picked it up at Peyton Manning.
Really?
Yeah.
Like 18. Oh, yeah, 3 weeks.
I think that's where I picked it up.
That's so funny. But yeah, that's the way I can memorize people's phone numbers like that. And I know numbers like in high school. The last 4 digits of my friends' numbers were 6040 and 5516 and 5052 and 8602. I can remember numbers like crazy. And it's because I know a sports player with every number, and I just put those things together.
So you'll be the perfect guy for my.
You want me to count cards for you?
No,
in Vegas.
I want to steal Social Security numbers. I need someone to remember them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Oh
cool.
Man,
Awesome.
I can nail that. Like I have mine memorized.
Good job.
And it is
1, 2, 3 dash 4, 5. No.
I know my wife, so do you know Caitlin?
I do.
Okay, good job.
I do. Yeah.
That. Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know.
Here's a question. Do you know your wife's phone numbers?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, fortunately, because she's had it ever since I met her. Otherwise, I don't know anybody's numbers.
I was going to say, nobody knows anybody's number anymore. But like my brain, again, I know people's phone numbers, and they think it's weird. So,
I actually had to get my wife a phone. I didn't let her get a cell phone for like the first year and a half or 2 years we were married, like 2002.
You didn't let her?
Oh, she kept saying, "Can I get a phone?" I'm like, "I don't think you need a phone. I mean, you're at work all the time. There's a phone there." So, well, what if I'm stuck on I mean, what did we do without cell phones? Before cell phones, what did people do?
they just showed up.
They just either showed up or they didn't show up, right?
But now, like, have you thought about that? Like, if you're
letters.
going over to somebody's house, like, you have to call or like text and let them know. It's just like, hey, I'm here before you go up to the door.
Yeah.
Because it's weird if you just knock on somebody's doors. It's like, this is weird. But like when we were little, like family would just show up, or you'd go over to somebody's house. So like that, like I would go to my friend Dane. He lived like around the corner. I just get on my bike and ride over there, and then you don't even knock on the door. You just go in. But now, like if you did that even to a friend's house, like, well, I'm gonna get murdered. Yeah,
Yeah, you don't have to set up play dates.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I know my wife's social security number and I know her phone number, And I also can forge her signature. So it's very good. It's a very useful habit to have.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. So you're going all Catch Me If You Can, where you're like stealing her identity. Cool.
No, just like you need something for her to sign, and she's not going to be back for 2 hours. Like she needs to sign this. So I just take care of it.
I only forge my wife's signature if there's a check made out in her name and I really need to cash it.
Yeah.
I'll just endorse it.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Have you guys
about
talked about that?
And she's never going to listen to this.
Know that type of stuff?
So you're covered.
being
You're
able,
good.
no, I just do. Like I said, I mean, I see it and then I just know it.
But like also like the actual forging of the signature. Like if you learn her signature, like I actually had to learn my dad's signature. I can forge my dad's signature, so I did that for a long time because I had to sign checks sometime, and he was the only person on the account.
Or field trip forms, so you could go awesome places in middle school.
I wish I learned it back then. That would have been cool.
Right.
Me and my parents all have the same signature because we're all J, our last name.
Oh, yeah.
JF. So like it's exactly the same. So I learned very young.
That's funny.
Obviously.
I'm
Yes,
horrible
I
at
practiced
handwriting.
my clarinet. Thank you.
Done, did it. Yeah, I read that chapter.
2 hours a week. Forget that.
Sure. Now I get my free pizza from Book It because I have to like write.
We have like 20 of those right now at home.
Oh, man, the pizza?
Pizzas, yeah.
Those,
Not the pizzas, but the coupons.
yeah, I was going to say, those pizzas have gone bad. You need to throw those out, man.
That's not okay.
Like, hey, kids, we got you the pizzas. You just behave for 2 weeks and you get one. I don't think it works like that.
Well, it's Pizza Hut, so it'll probably just last if you just set it.
That's true. Yeah, you can bury that thing. 10 years, it's going to look the same.
Well, did you guys hear about Justin Bieber? You know,
I've heard of him.
Well, yeah. So Justin Bieber
He got
was
dreads.
Did he get dreads?
Oh, that's not the story?
No, that's not the story.
Okay.
Is that just a dream
Do
you
you
had?
have
No.
like the down low on Justin
And
Bieber?
I
Do you know
actually heard
something we
about
don't know
this when I
about?
was in Phoenix.
Well, okay, you do your story, then I'll do my story.
Right, so Justin Bieber was,
And then I'm going to make up a story about Justin Bieber.
there was a performance a couple weeks ago in Phoenix. Justin Bieber came to Phoenix, and this was the first time he decided that he wasn't going to do the meet and greet that people paid for. So now Justin Bieber fans are paying $2,000 to meet a cardboard cutout of Justin Bieber.
No.
Yes.
Is it too late now to say sorry? See, that's one of his songs, and like they're like, "Oh man,
It's good
So
work if
you can
it.
get you can get a refund if you pay the $2,000 for the meet and greet, but
or you can take a picture with a cardboard cutout."
or you
Totally
have
the
to if
same
you can
thing.
get your money back, but you have to give up your ticket to the show. Isn't that kind of just douchey as well?
What?
Here's what Bieber said: "I enjoy meeting such incredible people,
Higher voice.
but I end up feeling so drained
There it
and
is.
filled with so much of other people's spiritual energy that I just end up so drained and unhappy. I want to make people smile and happy, but not at my expense, and I always leave feeling mentally and emotionally exhausted to the point of depression." I went Southern there for some reason.
It also kind of sounded like Michael Jackson, right? Because like what you were saying felt kind of
The
weird.
pressure of meeting people's expectations of what I'm supposed to be is so much for me to handle and a lot on my shoulders.
He almost sounds like Bruce from Family Guy. Hey, y'all.
Haven't seen a paper boy in a while.
No, that's Herbert.
Oh, I don't have all their names memorized.
Muscle arm little paper boy.
I'm so mad. I'm so mad at that.
Yeah,
$2,000.
$2,000.
Like, oh, you get a refund, but you can't come.
You have to give up your ticket, yes.
What's your story? Make
That's
me.
some
Am I going to hit a little
BS.
more?
First off, I think that if you're paying $2,000 to do a meet and greet with Justin Bieber, you deserve to lose your $2,000. That's just. I got to put that out there.
No, because what it is it's parents
bunch of kids,
who
yeah.
love their kids,
Who hate their kids so much that they would actually spend that kind of money on their
You were
spoiled
going to
brat.
go to
Well,
college.
I'm not saying. Hold on, I'm
You
not
were putting
disagreeing with that.
$2,000 away for this year's
They want to
529.
They
but
want to
we
ruin their
decided-
kids for life by spending that kind of money on their children to meet Justin Bieber.
But man, they're trying to buy their kids affection, and you can't get mad at them for that. They're trying. it's like not quite a deadbeat.
I will
dad.
punch
It's like,
all of them in the face, just lined up.
$2,000 per person. Just line up, and I'm just gonna punch you all in the face.
So there was a story a few weeks ago how Justin Bieber got dreads, and he got hugely criticized for that because he was doing a cultural appropriation.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what that means because people all over the world from all different races and ethnicities and countries have worn dreads for hundreds and hundreds and thousands of years. So the cultural appropriation thing.
Well, but he's Canadian.
Well, obviously he was appropriating African American culture was
Right.
the implication. But I'm like, really? There's just nothing left in the world that's problematic.
So does he still have
whatsoever.
dreads, or
I don't
did he
know.
get rid of them?
I don't know. He
Looking it up.
he
Yep.
cut them off after he ditched the $2,000 a person meet and greet. I think he was busy cutting off his dreads.
I'm gonna say maybe he was doing meet and greets, then he grew dreads, and then he realized how bad his head stunk. If you know anybody with dreads, like I have a friend that had dreads forever, and I'm like, man, you got to do something about that stink. It's not everybody's, but this person did. Justin Bieber's probably did, and then Justin Bieber's like, I can't meet my fans; they're gonna realize that my head stinks. That's what happened with it.
Yes.
Right?
But
He still has the dreads.
Does he really?
Yeah.
But I just think that, I mean, if there's just so few problems in the world, I mean, and if you are complaining and you are really put out by Justin Bieber wearing dreads, your life just must be so devoid of problems.
Yeah, well, yes, exactly. That's. But if we're talking, I mean, I'm like, you sound like Michael Jackson because you sound weird. Well, guess what? Justin Bieber is also weird, and like Elvis was weird, and Britney
You
Spears
gotta have a
got
little bit of
weird.
weirdness
It's
to you
very-
if you're in this.
That's what I'm
industry,
saying. If
for
you're gonna
real.
make it to the top of the game, you got to be weird because like you can't be around people. You can't go do normal things. So it's just like, well, I guess I got to do some type of cultural appropriation and frustrate everybody because I can't go to the mall. I can't just go roller skating. Isn't that what kids do these days?
All the time. And hula
Do you think
hooping.
you can check into a normal hotel like America's Best Value Inn?
Oh, I bet probably because those are fine quality inns.
That's right. They have America's Best Value Inn has over 1,000 inns, hotels and suites, affordable rates, free value club, upgrades, late checkout, and more. To get more information, visit abvi.com or call 888-315-2378 for reservations.
America's Best Value Inn.
That one got a little country. I liked it.
Got a little,
Just a little run at the end.
I liked it.
put a little twang in there.
Get a little fancy with it. Yeah.
Well, here's a little happier story.
Oh, good. Oh, wait, I
Happier
didn't make
than
it a
Justin
story.
Bieber's dreads.
Oh, you
How
get-
can you?
Here's
it.
my story about
Okay.
Justin Bieber, and actually I have a true one too. This is
okay.
hey, thanks for listening to Byrd Brains, where old white men know all about Justin Bieber. So apparently he was doing a concert last weekend or a couple weeks ago. I don't know when it was, but I just heard it on the radio where he like jumped down, was running across the stage, and apparently water had spilled, and he slipped and fell and almost slid into the audience. And apparently there's video of it, so if you want to pull that up,
Yes.
it's a thing.
Body sliding.
And it made me so happy just to hear the guy on the radio talk about it. I'm like, thank goodness that happened to Justin Bieber because he's a billionaire and he deserves to slip and fall. And that's why I'm enjoying other people's bad luck.
Nothing against billionaires.
Okay, no. Just like they're like,
I mean, we've established he's kind of a douche.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But I mean,
He even does like the arm flail, like very cartoon like.
did he?
Like,
I need that video so I can do the cartoon noises.
Have sounds of that. That'd be great.
yes.
Do you have fun sound effects on your radio stuff?
No, I don't.
Oh man!
Yeah, so-
Post production, put in something. It's like, okay, right now, here's the sound of Justin Bieber slipping on water and almost falling off the stage. No. Now, in that spot, you need to put one sound effect that sounds like what Justin Bieber falling would sound like, and then one that we would not expect, like an elephant or a firework.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Oh, gosh.
I will not rest until I
Well, you're
find the perfect
talking
sound effect.
about your
Now,
friend.
I was gonna say, does Caitlin? What is our listeners' opinion on Justin Bieber?
Oh, she hates that she finds his music catchy, but she like if it's on, both of us, like Caitlin and I have a very similar taste in music.
You're singing along.
Where we like I like Ben Folds, who's like piano, and he's not real mainstream, and she loves John McLaughlin, who's an Indiana guy, but he's a little more.
Yeah, the political show on the air for years.
Not the same. Not the same. Close.
Different guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like,
Here's your number one.
but like we like that kind of music, but we also like everything else, and we love crappy music. At our wedding, we were ashamed the only artist that came up twice, other than crooners during like the dinner hour or whatever, was Nicki Minaj, because there were two songs on which she was featured that we enjoyed. I'm like, well,
love Nicki Minaj.
We like what we like. We like what
The
we
heart
like.
loves what the heart loves.
Exactly.
The Minaj is awesome.
Right? No, that's what I'm saying. She's the only. But
Oh
of
wait,
all
that sounded wrong.
But
Actually,
yeah, that's a little weird. I was going to skip over it. But yeah, out of all the artists, the only one played not Michael Jackson, not Frank Sinatra, not something. It's just, well, we like Nicki Minaj, I guess.
we played Nicki Minaj at our last fashion show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mean Walk. It fits.
Oh yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Was there Beyonce? Was there some Beyonce?
No Beyonce.
Really?
Whoa.
No Beyonce.
Was there RuPaul?
Yes, RuPaul. Of course.
All the rest, one Nicki Minaj song, and the rest was all RuPaul.
Well, we did this thing. We did a walk off, so it was like part of our competition for our models. We would reduce. We had like 40 models, but we just did this competition. It's all fundraising, and people could vote on their favorite walk by
that's
buying
fun.
raffle tickets, and then drop the raffle ticket in
yeah.
the bucket for their favorite walk. So we had the band. We normally have a band with live music, but we played songs for the walk off. The band could take a break.
Yeah.
So it was 3 songs. So Mean Walk was one, and then of course Supermodel was the second one. Exactly.
Come on, girl.
And
Work it,
then if you had to guess what was the third song we played for the walk off, I mean, it should come to mind right
Walk
away.
This Way.
Nah, it was right. It was I'm Too Sexy.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah.
Right Said
Well, Right
Fred.
Said Fred. You can't
Yeah.
go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Sure,
so
sure.
the crowd enjoyed it. And my brother's looking at like I've never heard of any of these
He was
songs.
just
I
real
have
excited.
heard of I'm a resident Fred, but I just
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you
Music-
sing. I heard you sing that yesterday, actually.
I'm too sexy.
Yes.
You came into the bedroom when I was getting dressed. I didn't know you were there.
Should lock the door. See, I told you, Chloe, when you're around close people.
Apparently, he doesn't
She's
like me.
managed.
He
If
doesn't count me a friend.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't love you enough to lock the door. If you don't get that joke, listen to last week's podcast.
Well, Giant Tortoise gets his first bath in 184 years. How about
Wow.
that?
Talk about stanky.
Right? Yeah. It's gonna stink worse than
Did the
Justin
tortoise
Bieber's
have dreads?
First bath ever. It was in the island of St. Helena. They shared a video documenting this historic event.
Perverts.
And then it died.
I don't want to see you.
That's basically what I was going to
bathing.
say. Is he basically was probably dead after this story was written because that's how he stayed alive. You know,
Yeah, 160. It says
184 years. You know, you get all the bacteria, you keep it on you, and it keeps you healthy. It's a strong immune
It
system.
repels the predators.
That's
It
right.
keeps other insects
So
away.
they cleaned him up, just trying to think it was helping with the tourists and everything, and it ended up killing him.
Is that true? I'm hoping. But I honestly thought
I
that might
don't
be.
know, but I basically had the same thought that my brother has. That probably killed him.
And I want to see the interview with the proud hippies that like, we cleaned him and sent him back to Mother Earth. But in the background, you seeing him being killed by another animal. Like, well, we didn't think about that.
Whoops.
That's why you should never take a shower.
I don't think you learned the right lesson from that story.
I'm sorry. Should we-
Especially if you have
Okay, go back. Go back. Wait,
Episode
read it again.
Full House lesson to
was there a
learn here.
different? There was a different lesson to learn.
There
on
were a
that
lot-
one?
yeah.
Okay. What was the lesson on that one?
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Okay.
Just leave it alone.
Just
if,
like
if a
Justin
tortoise
Bieber's
was supposed to
dreads,
have a
just
bath,
leave it alone.
he'd have got in a bathtub.
Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
That's what I think would happen.
Okay.
As you know, good benefits is also being a tortoise. You know, long life is a good benefit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, as a business owner, you should know that the top job candidates that you'll have will be comparing your benefits packages against your competition.
Yep.
A benefits package crafted, administered, and executed by Tilson HR is the first step in taking your business to the next level. To learn more, visit talktotilson.com. That's talktotilson.com.
Talk to Tilson.
That's my jam.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
What other stories you got? We said this week was going to be story time, and I think we've only actually read one story about a dead turtle.
This
We've
is
had two.
man named Berger to marry woman named King.
Sweet.
Joel Berger of New Berlin, Illinois, is marrying Ashley King, also of New Berlin, in the wedding that viral content dreams are made of. The couple have known each other since childhood, have become an internet sensation after their engagement, listed as Berger King, was featured in the State Journal Register last week. The engagement announcement was accompanied by a picture of the couple standing in front of a Burger
McDonald's.
King store.
Oh, I guess I thought they were going to be clever enough to be ironic about
Yeah,
it,
that
but
would have been
apparently they weren't.
exponentially more
No.
That
funny.
would
to
have
do it
made
in
more
front
sense.
of
I
McDonald's.
actually remember that story.
Irony.
It's been a little while since
Yeah.
that story happened.
Well, I told you I've had these stories
but
in my staff
I
for a while.
think that didn't Burger King like offer to pay for their reception or give them free burgers and fries or something for their wedding reception?
It says here after hearing about the couple's engagement, Burger King used their Twitter account to track them down. He goes, Mr. and Mrs. King, is this real life? The fast food chain asked its million Twitter followers on Sunday, please help us find this amazing couple. And it says, send us a DM. We have something special for you. And the Burger King representative offered to pay for the couple's wedding. and it's going to be happening this July.
The whole wedding?
Would you hyphenate?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
If
what
you
it
were
was.
her, would you hyphenate so you could be
Burger King.
What's her first name? Jill?
It's
Whatever the first name. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but would you like
Ashley
Burger King?
Burger King.
I think honestly, I would do it just because, like, whenever you're like doing something over the phone, like, what's your name? Like Ashley Burger King, and like, I'm sorry, and you're gonna have to say it really is Burger
That's
King.
a Whopper.
I don't know how else to explain it to you. It's literally my name.
Yeah, I would do it. I'd do it just for
Don't
the
tell
bit.
me the lie. Anyway, here's another crazy story. Another ironic story. Oh, maybe it's not ironic. Flying mattress strikes woman outside Costco. We've had this lot of windy days here around, and it happened here in.
That's not ironic. That just sucks.
At St.
Actually,
John's.
we talked about last week the Alanis Morissette song, Ironic. Nothing in that song is ironic. Like a traffic jam when you're already late, that just, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like all the things, it's like 10,000 spoons when all you need is a knife. No.
That just sucks, right?
Yeah.
Is that your point? Things
It's
are
just
just sucky things
inconvenient.
that
Yeah,
happen.
but
that
that's
is.
not it. Like an ironic song, like something ironic. I'm trying to think. It's like it's like rain on your wedding day.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like the wedding being postponed because the carpet was wet. So it's like a wedding, like they were wetting the carpet. And it's a wedding. So like, oh, that's ironic. It's wedding and wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Or something clever like that. None of the things that Alanis Morissette wrote about when she was like 24 were actually ironic. She needed to look up the word. So what else is not
Isn't
ironic?
it suck?
Yeah, exactly.
Would a free
A
ride
little
when you've already
bit
paid,
suck.
would that wouldn't be ironic?
No.
A free ride when you've already paid, that's not
No.
ironic?
No, yeah. It's like 10,000
That's just
spoons
a
when all you
bummer.
need is a
What about
knife.
you
I'm like, that
always,
sucks.
you never wanted to get on an airplane. And the day you do is the day that crashes. Isn't that a little ironic? Isn't that a little bit ironic?
Don't you think? No, hold on. No, that just
We're
sucks.
paying episode 31 again. I agree. All those things do suck.
Yeah.
But
So
what
we should
could you,
change it.
but why would you have
Doesn't it
10,000 spoons? What would you ever have 10,000 spoons for?
Maybe you.
A really intense
a
game of
band
spoons.
a band of 5,000
awesome.
That would be
people
amazing.
playing the spoons.
People throwing cards around. I got my free aces. I'm getting my
Diving
spoon.
to like the middle of the group to get one of the 10
I
million
always like
spoons.
to just slowly grab a spoon when
Oh,
nobody
very-
could
that's-
tell.
that's the good
And
strategy.
just watch them keep doing it for
Oh,
like
yeah.
5 minutes.
Nice.
Just pretend to keep looking at cards like suckers.
Flying mattress strikes woman outside Costco. This lady was hit by a mattress while leaving a Costco in St. John's, Newfoundland.
Serve
An
her
eyewitness
right.
says the woman was coming out of Costco when another customer's mattress was picked up by the wind and struck the woman. She was knocked to the ground where she hit her head and reportedly lost consciousness. So maybe she was tired and was looking for a nap, and here comes the mattress and it hits her and knocks her out. Maybe
If
that's
her-
ironic. I don't know.
If her last name was
It's nap
Simmons,
time.
That would be ironic.
that'd be ironic, wouldn't it? Like if her last name was Beauty Rest. Deborah Beauty Rest was buying a
Hyphenated.
gift for her friend Ashley Burger King when she was hit by a mattress before the bridal shower.
Serves her right for one to try to save money at those price clubs.
All right, so
Just
here's
play full
another
retail.
story that
Yep.
may or may
Yeah.
not be ironic. An avalanche kills the director of the Avalanche Center in Oregon.
That's ironic.
That's
That's
ironic.
ironic.
That's
That's
it.
ironic.
We found it. Throw that paper away. We don't even need a story.
Get out of here.
That's the definition of irony. When someone's like, "Oh, that's ironic."
The answer to the question, isn't that ironic, is yes.
Yes.
And how
Yes.
quickly we just
I do
pass over
think-
this great tragedy that befell.
Yeah.
We
Like,
needed that.
dead people. Well, we just need to prove a point. Move on. People die every day.
Next.
We're trying to define terms here, and that is far more important than analyzing the story.
Yeah. Because life is short. We just learn from the Avalanche
Yeah.
Center deaths.
That's true.
So,
So
see?
there is a moral,
Exactly.
right.
And never shower.
and don't go on mountains ever.
No. So, yeah. Stay off of snowy mountains. Here's something that else sucks. Man taking selfies with gun fatally shoots himself. Concrete, Washington, a 43-year-old man has died after authorities say he accidentally shot himself in the face while taking selfies. The Skagit Valley Herald reports the man and his girlfriend were photographing themselves with a weapon on Sunday at a residence when he shot himself. The sheriff said the woman reported that she and the man had taken photos with the gun several times that day and that the man had loaded and unloaded bullets multiple times. Clark says a bullet apparently remained in the gun the final time he fired.
Well, obviously.
Well, here's
Yeah.
your sign.
And of course, right before it happened, he said,
Hey, y'all, watch
watch
this.
this.
Yep, exactly. Yep, that's exactly what he said. So like, I don't get it, man. I like everybody can have their own stance on gun control, but like, why do you need to take several selfies loading and unloading a gun? Because it's not a video. He took like a selfie technically means a picture. So he took several pictures of himself with a gun. Like, you just need one. Like,
This is not a new thing that you're doing. This is a brand new thing. Like, look how this gun loads and unloads. No one has ever seen this before.
Yeah, if it's
but
the
have
first
you ever
ever
seen anybody
self-loading
take
gun.
a single selfie? The real vain ones. You have to take 25 selfies to get the right one with the angle right.
But why do you
the
have
way
to
the
keep
gun
unloading
looks
and loading
at.
the gun to do it?
Just pretend. Put
All right,
that in your.
now take one more without the bullet in it. Okay, now two more with the bullet in it.
It's weighted funny. I need to take them back out and put it
it's
back
crooked.
in.
Take the bullet out.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Speaking of guns and selfies, did any of you see the story about the new cell phone gun? So there's a group I saw in the news a couple weeks ago where the gun looks like a regular, like a large cell phone, a large smartphone, but then it like unfolds and opens up and it actually becomes a gun. Which I'm like, I'm going to reach out to those people and get them to be sponsors of our racing team.
Yeah.
Speaking of sponsors and guns, Indy Trading Post is Indy's destination for family shooting sports. Located on 2851 Madison Avenue, 782 Guns, IndyTradingPost.com, IndyTradingPost.com.
Indy Trading Post. Oh, shoot. You know what I want to do on the next podcast? My goal is to sing a different jingle for every commercial. So like Indy Trading Post, at the end, it's like, talk to Tilson, just to mix it up, just to see if anybody's paying any attention.
We'll tune in next week to the Byrd Brains Podcast. But today's Byrd Brains Podcast has been brought to you by Jonathan Byrds. We can do your wedding. We'd love to do your catering. And we also would like to do it at the 502 East Event Center. We'll also serve you
Fried chicken.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Tilson HR, Comedy Sports, Indianapolis. They're the best. Morello's Uptown Bail Bonds, Indy Trading Post, and University Loft Company, and by the New York Times, printing all the news that's fit to print, just like today's podcast.
Isn't that ironic?
Don't you think?
Hey,
It's all we keep saying. It's the only
don't you
thing we can
think?
say after that.
Podcast 3132. Don't you think? For Jonathan Byrd,
Yeah.
David Byrd, JoJo, and Jayco, as always, we hope you enjoyed it, but we assume you didn't. So we'll just be honest and say
We're
very,
very sorry.
Lucy.